I've never tied a fly before, so let's do it now. Today we're going to be tying one of my go-to summer patterns, the Forge Beetle. It's simple, durable, and absolutely deadly when terrestrials are on the menu. Let's get into it. For this pattern you're going to need a size 14 curved nymph or scud hook, black 2 to 3 millimeter foam, peacock or synthetic dubbing, and black thread in 6/0 or 8/0. Start by placing your hook in the vise with a slight downward angle. Build a smooth thread base from the eye back toward the bend. This gives the foam something to grip onto and keeps everything from spinning. As you see here, I'm doing slow wraps to get around the shank of the hook and building that thread base. I've always wanted to get into fly tying, but I never really knew where to start. This Forge Beetle is a perfect beginner fly to learn how to tie and get your feet wet in the industry of fly tying. Trim your tag end before you move on to the next step. Next, grab a thin strip of black foam, roughly hook gap width, lay it on top of the hook and secure it with 2 light wraps, then a firm third wrap. Don't cinch down too hard on your first passes or you'll cut through the foam. As you can see here, I got a little too crazy with my first wraps and had to back off of them and retie it. Now grab 3 to 4 strands of peacock curl. I'm using dark peacock here. It gives that buggy, iridescent look that beetles naturally have. Make sure this gets tied off well because this is going to assist with the overall shape of the beetle later on. Tie in a thick, scruffy body from the rear to just behind the eye of the hook. To do this, you're going to twist the strands together and then wrap them around the shank to build out the body of the beetle. Pull the foam forward over the top of the body, pinch it between your fingers so it stays centered, then tie it down with 3 firm wraps. This creates the classic beetle shell. You see a nice clean curve with the hurl pushing the foam up. Don't worry about it being perfect. Beetles aren't symmetrical, they're messy, which is exactly why this works. From here, trim the foam so you have a small rounded head, or leave it squared if you want to block your profile. Trim the rest of your excess, whip finish right behind the eye, tighten everything down, and snip your thread. If you want, you can pick out a few fibers from the hurl to give it that extra shaggy look. You can also trim any loose strands if you prefer a cleaner silhouette. This fly shines in late spring through the fall when beetles and terrestrials are everywhere. Fish it tight to the bank, along undercut edges, or under overhanging branches. Short drifts with little plops often trigger explosive takes. If you want to grab a few Forge Beetles or order a full sampler pack, check out the FlyForge shop in the description. Thanks for tying along today. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know what pattern you want to see next.